Welcome everybody. If you are here, this means that you have actually gone out and purchased my very first single that I released, No Fear. Thank you for going to do that. So because you went out and did that, you are going to now get exclusive, like behind the scenes stuff that nobody else was able to get. It's a Q&A about the single and everything that's up there, and questions about why'd you do this and why'd you do that and what inspired this and all that stuff. Nobody else is going to get that because if they didn't go purchase it, they don't get it. But you get it because you purchased it. So stay tuned. Here it comes. Oh man, it's a very unnerving, uneasy type of feeling because it's been such a long process. I was thinking about this the other day. I think I wrote like one of my first songs when I was in like middle school, many years ago. I went to Eton Middle School in Hampton, and I was a part of a production company, believe it or not, in middle school. It was called Heavy Hitters Productions, and it was myself and a guy named Perone, and his stage name was Trauma. Mine was Tight Beats. That was my my little producer name. And so like he would make his little beats on his keyboard, and then my parents we were fortunate to have a Clavinova that was able to record like really long tracks. So but I would have all these different ideas, so I would have to play them back to back and just record it all at the same time. But that's when it all started. So to be at this place now, many moons later, after working with so many different people and playing for these people and working on this project and doing this, that, or whatever, to release my own stuff, it's unnerving, it's unsettling. You know, like I was telling my wife the other day, it would almost be easier to kind of just let the music stay on the computer, because that way I won't have to worry about, you know, who likes it, who doesn't like it, you know, if this was right, if that was right, if this sounded good or whatever. Because once you put it out there for, you know, public consumption, you know, you got to deal with the critics and, you know, the analytics and all of this stuff like that. But, you know, to actually release it, it's as uneasy as it feels, it's like a release as well, man, because I know it's a start of a new journey, a new chapter in my life as well. So, yeah, so it's an uneasy but amazing feeling all at the same time. So, yeah. So the way the song came about, I was in a service at Revelation Church on a Sunday morning, and I believe around this part of the service, it was like altar call time. So I was playing, and you know, we were just flowing into whatever while everything was going on, and I just started flowing with these chords, and I just started playing the chords, and I think the chords I was playing was more so like the chorus part, you know, the No Fear Lives Here part. And I'll call over Courtney. Courtney Bivens is one of the young ladies that goes to the church. She has an amazing voice. And I called her over, and I was hearing, you know, like the words in my head. So I told her, I said, sing this. I was like, sing No Fear Lives Here. And I started playing, you know, playing it to what she was singing. And then from that part, we started to go into the like the second part, like the little after chorus part, where the scripture comes into play. So I won't be afraid of the terror by night or the arrow that flies by day. And we're trying to piece it all together as it was happening. So this was really like live in the service. So that's how that part of the song came about. Pulling Paula to record the song. And Paula, you know, when she agreed, we put the rest of the pieces of the song together. And that's primarily how No Fear came about. I know that's a long answer to a very short question, but that's how No Fear came about. So there you have it. What does it mean to be free from me? Whew. I think the interlude is, I think it's a very personal song. When I say personal, I mean like something that everybody can relate to, because I think everybody comes to a place in life where you're kind of battling with a version of yourself that you have become familiar with, but you kind of get a sense and an urging and a nudge that it's time for you to kind of separate from being that version of yourself. So, that in a way, that song kind of came about too. As an interlude, I was just talking, to some children, spiritual children, nephews and things of mine. And, from listening to their situations and stuff that they're dealing with at their ages, as a songwriter, sometimes you can put yourself in other people's shoes. And I believe that's what happened, just listening to their stories, and from there, being able to try to put something together, and the music and the melody started coming together. I think Faith and I were in the house upstairs, and I said, hold on. I said, let me go downstairs real quick. And I started piecing it together, and I think I put it on like a voice memo, and that's how it started with that. So, but to be free from you, even like the lyrics say, standing in the mirror, as you question what you see, to be free from that image of yourself, not knowing who you are anymore, to be free from that and become the brand new version of yourself. It's an amazing, liberating type of feeling to be able to finally arrive at that place. And I hope that everybody who hears that song is able to do just that. One thing that I want the listeners to take away. I think anybody, when they're creating any type of art, I think you want to understand, you want people who hear the art, or that receive the art, to understand the mindset that the artist had when they were creating the art. So, I think, when people hear No Fear, I want them to be able to understand that, whatever situation that you're dealing with, you don't have to be fearful about it. I think when we were getting ready to go into the studio, Paula even enlightened me. She was like, yeah, the song's so beautiful, like, especially for the people that have like anxiety and that are dealing with that. And I was like, man, like, Paula, I was like, I didn't even think, of that. So even all of those types of things, man, I hope that when people hear No Fear, that it alleviates a lot of that for them. That whatever place of, stress, anxiety, fear, worry, that when they hear that song, it causes them to change their mindset to understand that I don't have to operate in this place of fear, so that way now I can start saying it, because it's power when you say things out of your mouth. That, when I say No Fear lives here, I'll start believing what I say. So that's my hope with that song. Same with Free From Me, that when they hear Free From Me, it will cause them to want to be the best version of themselves. Sometimes not even just the better version of yourself, but the best version of yourself. Because again, sometimes we become so comfortable and familiar with who we've been for so long, we don't realize that we don't even fit that version of ourselves anymore. So, definitely with Free From Me, that's what I want people to be able to take away. And then with Let Them Talk, the interlude, that's a word I made up. It's probably not even a real word. I might trademark it, we'll see. But, with Let Them Talk, when I first was writing Let Them Talk, when it first came to mind, like what I had in my head was, I was leaving one stage of life, going to another, and I was getting so many questions. What are you going to do, and where are you going, and what's next? And everybody had so many questions. Nobody was concerned. I had very few people that said, hey, how are you feeling with all of these changes that are going on? So everybody just wanted to know whatever, because it would appease their curiosity and what they wanted to know. So my mindset when I was first putting it together was like, just let them talk and you do what you do. But then as I, sat and calmed down and grew a little bit more, it was like people are always going to talk. I don't think life would be life if people weren't talking, So as people talk, let them talk. And, while they're talking, you cry out to God and allow him to carry the weight of those feelings that you feel from people talking, man. So, yeah, you let them talk, and then you talk as well. You just do it in a different way, You cry out, to God and release that weight from all the talking that people are doing. So and again, it's another long answer, but that's what I would want people to take away when they hear the music. I want to take this moment right now to say thank you to everybody who took the time to go and purchase this single. You didn't have to, You didn't have to take the time to do it. You could have been doing anything else in the world with your time. You could have been purchasing anybody else's single. But I just thank you for doing it. Thank you for the support. It's been an extremely long journey, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of not wanting to do this anymore, a lot of moments wanting to quit and just throw, this music stuff to the side, man. But I thank you all just for going out and purchasing this single. It means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. I thank you all for doing that, man. And I promise you, it's going to be more music to come. This is just the beginning. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.